Hit me with that Triple H. Let the music keep playing. Tell me whose time it is now.
What it do? Welcome to your Monday Night Raw, Tuesday, June 2nd review with Fernando, once again, the hottest rising mark in the IWC, bringing it to you live and direct from the crib. Let's get into it. Monday Night Raw, live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was a show. That's what it was. It was a show. Now, like I always say, I'm not here to take up too much of your time. I watched the show like everybody else. I'm guessing if you're here and you're going to stick around, so did you. So we're just here to, I guess, bounce things off. If you want to chat, comment below, live or after the fact. I'll watch it, I'll reply. We could go back and forth. Whatever you want, I'm all ears, but I'm just here to document and record my personal opinions about the show. So, with that being said, hit me with a subscribe, comment, like, whatever. Boost up the algos. Y'all know how it goes. And with that, we'll get into it. First up, we had CM Punk cutting a promo. Basically, he came out, he declared that he's gonna win Money in the Bank. And let's see. I'm trying to find something that's he called Cena a whiny little bitch. That was cool. That was his little pipe bomb in 2015. He called him a little bitch. Ooh, he said little bitch. That's the breadcrumb that we get out of Punk these days. PG Punk is what I call him. I'll give a shout out, a wave. Yeah. Boost it. Appreciate it. Said he's winning Money in the Bank, cashing in for a third time. Nothing special. Typical face promo. Sami Zayn interrupts, hypes him up basically, says that he must win Money in the Bank for all the boys in the back because he doesn't want Seth Rollins to win it because he has the control or whatever the storyline is that they're going with. Seeing this told me that he wasn't winning it. Because the more that he points something out, like, I'm going to win the Rumble, I'm going to win the Chamber, I'm going to win at WrestleMania, none of that happened. So, yeah. The more he says something, or the more anyone says something or proclaims it, it usually isn't going to happen. Sammy interrupts. Oh, and I feel the heel turn coming, which I don't know if I even want to see, because I feel Sammy's better on the chase rather than heel. I don't want to see conspiracy Sammy again. I don't want to see him as the world champion as a heel. He needs to be that Daniel Bryan baby face. Give him like a similar to Jey Uso run for like 3 months. Maybe even less, like a Mick Foley 1 month run. The title very long. He's probably going to get cashed on by whoever wins the Money in the Bank. Just to get that face sympathy. Or he somehow wiggles his way into it and wins Money in the Bank and turns on Jay. But yeah, let's see. Sami Zayn interrupts. Tells him must win Money in the Bank. Sami heel turn. Money in the Bank qualifier. Liv, Vacker, Ivy Nile. Oh, and sorry if I sound so unenthused because this shit is boring to watch. But it is my civic duty for you, the wrestling viewer fans. I could save you 2 and 3 hours, 5 hours a week by you just come to my show, watch it for 10 minutes, 15, maybe 20. I'm not gonna hold you. I'll tell you what you missed, and if I don't bring it up, then it's not worth talking about. And that's the straight facts. Ivy Nile, Steph Vacker, and Liv Morgan. Now, the two things good about this match. Stephanie Vacker went and did her little loop around, but up and down shit, and Pat McAfee mimicked Booker T, his reactions. That was supposed to be funny. That was their one funny little spot on commentary. And then Ivy Nile did or no, it might have been Steph. Was it Ivy Nile? Yeah, nope, it was Ivy Nile did a double German suplex on Liv and Steph. Those were the two cool things about that match. And Pat mentioning Dom and Liv kissing, their viral moment that went viral over the past week of them on that kiss cam. I don't know if you guys saw it or didn't see it, but it was a thing, so they had to mention it. Pat McAfee just had to mention it to look cool. And then the finish was Ivy Nile threw Liv Morgan into the stairs. When Ivy Nile rolled into the ring, she got hit with Steph's finisher. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Out of that whole commercial break, wrestling bullshit, ads in between. It was those two cool spots in the finish to get that Kerr in the Money in the Bank. And if you didn't watch it, you didn't miss much. And I commend you for not watching this, because I had nothing better to do than to sit here and subject myself to this garbage. But hey, do it for you. Do it for the fans. Basic match, nothing innovative or fresh about it. It was what it was. So that gives Naomi, Julia, Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss, Rhea, and Stephanie Becker. When I look at the field, it screams Rhea winning it, because I feel like they're still not done with the Rhea at the top narrative. So I see that her winning it just for the saying that they're going with Mommy in the Bank. They love saying that stupid shit. Look at the names. You can't really say something in the bank with their names. Naomi in the Bank, Julia in the Bank. She doesn't have a catchphrase. Roxanne Perez, Prodigy in the Bank. Makes no sense. Alexa Bliss, Goddess in the Bank. It'd be Mommy in the Bank is what it's gonna be. They gave it to Damien last year, and they're gonna give it to Rhea this year, and she's gonna be taunting the women's division. Let's see. Heyman approaches AJ backstage, wishes him happy birthday, and that he brought him a gift. He encourages AJ to go after the IC title instead of Money in the Bank, basically. Says Money in the Bank is way too much work. Forget Money in the Bank and focus on Dom. Leave it to Seth, he says. Now, this doesn't make any sense, because why would you walk up to AJ Styles? Or anyone for that matter. If you're the wise man and you're supposedly that smart, which I know Paul Heyman is, you wouldn't just walk up to somebody and say, hey, you should probably go for the mid-card title now. Instead of your chance to win Money in the Bank, you should give that up. Nobody's going to say that. So this wasn't it to me. What the point of it was, don't know, but it made no sense. AJ stutters a little bit before he starts talking. He sounds like he didn't have anything planned out to say or didn't know what to say. Well, excuse me. Too much chocolate milk there. Says that he doesn't respond well to threats. He gives Paul some advice, tells him he knows all about Seth's plan, and that everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Simple stuff, nothing crazy, tiny little breadcrumbs to advance the story. There's literally zero to invest in there. Chad Gable comes out, says the Thunder are gonna lose game 1, says Americano is winning Money in the Bank, says he's gonna beat Vikingo at Worlds Collide to become champion. Again, a wasteful nothing promo. Boring, which would be typical. Other than the fact that he was foreshadowing the Americano Grande win. So he was right in that fact, but of course he would know, because in reality it was the same person. Rusev video package. for the third week in a row, saying he crushes, smashes, he bashes, and he crashes. He's gonna beat up Tozawa, the fucking jobber. Segment with Maxine, Tozawa, Sheamus, Natalia. Sheamus says, "Good luck versus Rusev, buddy. I got your back." And then he turns to the camera and he says, like, "I bully the bullies, fella." Says, "Outside of your career." Or says, "Your career outside of WWE lasted as much as Rusev Day, 24 hours. And says he bullies bullies. Judgment Day versus Viking Raiders. Seriously, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about any of this? I'm sitting there watching it like, yeah. It's like a chore. Even if I didn't have nothing to do, it's still a chore to watch this. Even doing this is a little bit of work to have to be under the bright lights for 30 minutes explaining this trash. Their music sucks. Nobody gives a fuck about tag team wrestling. WWE sure don't. They don't build no tag teams. They play hot potato with the titles to give the fans a cheap pop every once a month or two. New Day on commentary was interesting. They made it a shred tolerable. Then we got Roxanne Perez. She helps Judgment Day by distracting the ref for the win after being told to stay away from them. Great. Fucking great. So they don't have nothing to do for Roxanne, so she's gonna be thrust into the Judgment Day. This is Triple H booking in 2025. We don't have nothing else to do other than to put you in a faction and have you meddle around in it. Flex like trips. That's how you do it. Blow the water out. I mean, seriously, what is this? I got up 2 minutes into it, changed my son's diaper, went and got a drink, came back, and the match was over. So that right there just tells me that it's about as worth about as what was in his diaper. A fucking pile of shit. That's what it was worth. That whole segment was just a pile of steaming shit. Saved your eyes the time from being singed by poop. People paid a ticket to see this. To see Judgment Day versus the Viking Raiders. Bless ya. If you got ringside tickets and paid the price of a fucking house loan to be ringside, good. More power to ya. But this show fucking sucks. It's bad. Roxanne gets on the apron and the ref just leans over in the second rope and is just waving a finger. Like, could we make it look any more unrealistic and choreographed? She just gets up on the apron. The ref goes, "Hey, I'm blind." Looks around. the typical wrestling trope. How many times are we gonna do this? Becky Lynch promo saying Lyra will never achieve greatness because she's all I've been is you. Everything that I've had is because of me. She goes on a tangent. She's supposed to be heel, but she's not very believable at all. I mean, like, Becky the mom, Becky Lynch, the Seth Rollins' wife, the mom. We're supposed to believe that you're big and bad, Becky. You ain't even that big. You're like as big as me. 115, 125, probably bigger. But just like my gripe with Roxanne, like, you're not physically imposing. You have to be physically imposing. It just doesn't make sense for a Liv Morgan or Roxanne, these tiny little girls, to be having the world title over Rhea, Nia. I mean, I get it, sizes and everything, but it just, I can't get past it. To be the world champion, you have to look like a champion. You can't be 175 holding the world champion over the likes of Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman and Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu. You ain't gonna have James Ellsworth holding the fucking world title. Adam Cole, like he is in AEW, all scrawny. No. You're not gonna be doing that. And if you are, you're gonna get what AEW's getting. That's low ticket sales. That's quarter empty arenas. Like, do they want to make money? Alright, I'm getting off track. Back on track here. Becky promo, Lyra walks to the ring before a commercial. Of course, a bunch of commercials. Yawn, snore, tired of this BS. This is literally what I wrote. New Day and Grayson Waller talking backstage, talking about Theory holding him down. American Made walks up. Kofi says there's a difference between brothers and brothers. Brothers and brothers. So they're using a racial trope here to get heat. Very original, fellas. He said, you guys are brothers. We're brothers. Very different. Ha ha ha. Very funny. That's what you do with your 10 minutes of TV time, New Day. Creed say they're coming for the titles. Chad says New Day sucks. And they walk away. And New Day has a look of disgust on their face because they got told they suck. Just stop me if I'm wrong. Does anything that I'm saying here sound interesting at all? And I'm not purposely trying to make it not sound uninteresting. These things that I'm saying are what actually happened on the show, that are of note, that are worth noting, that's not gonna make me sitting here talking to you for 2 hours. You don't have to listen and sift through 3 hours of these other podcasters to get the gist of the show. I'll run through 3 hours in 30 minutes. Yeah. That's just what I do. I'm not here to waste your time, you know. Thanks for the 4 likes, though. 4 likes boosts me. Calls out Becky right away. They exchanged words. I don't even remember what they said, but they brawled at the ramp and got broken up. How many times? How many times have we seen a pull apart brawl? Drop a number if you've made it this far. We can make this about how many times have we seen a pull apart brawl of in all time, let alone just in the past like 6 months. Pull apart brawl. This is insane. This is what they do to hype up this match at Money in the Bank. A pull apart brawl. Oh, yep. One of the highlights of the night next. Sammy and Jay come out. Sammy is wearing the Sammy Yeet painted glasses. Hilarious. Hilarious. One of the good parts. The little things. Gotta appreciate. He's being oozy tonight, as the commentators called it. He's being oozy. Oh yeah. Then they eat for 20 minutes. If you waited to watch Raw, it's what you got. This for 20 minutes. This is the world champ, Jey Uso. 4 letters, 1 word. Ugh. Ride the roller coaster and drop it. Yeet. This is what we've been reduced to, folks. That's the new You Can't See Me. This is what wrestling fans have to look forward to in 2025. Heyman announces Bronson and Braun to the ring. Seth stomps Jay and CM Punk comes out to make the save, setting up something later. Wait. Sammy and Jay come out. Oh yeah, because they fought. Yep. Seth came out, stomped Jay and Punk, comes out to make the save. Yep. He saved them for the Money in the Bank qualifier. Kairi Sane came out, and I'm wondering, why is this still a thing? How many times is this the new non-English speaking New Japan style gonna have to fail until they fix it and do it the right way? I don't know what that is, but it's looking bleak for the Asukas, the Kairi Sanes. I mean, Io is champ, but is her run all that thrilling to anybody? Is ding 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 ding? No. This viral trend is pointing to your cheeks really that fun? I mean, come on. This is what we've been reduced to. Easily the worst match of the night. Kairi Sane versus Raquel Rodriguez. Can literally any person say that they purchased a ticket for that match and are getting excited for that? No, no, no one can. I had to step off for a minute to take a breather, just thinking about the waste of time that I invested in watching this garbage. And I don't blame any non-wrestling fan for seeing this shit and going, "What the fuck is this?" Interview with Roxanne Perez. Says she's gonna do whatever she has to get to the top. Says she's a prodigy, and yeah, I can't stand her. She's annoying. She's like 4'7". She's a midget, and she sounds forced and scripted. Yeah. Let's see. Main event time. Main event. The big hook of their Monday Night Raw. Punk versus Grande versus AJ. I'm just looking. There's not really. When Pat and Cole's banter about Chad not being El Grande is the highlight of a match, that tells you right there that the match ain't fucking worth a shit. And pretty much this was all just to solidify the heels and reinforcing that Seth's gonna win Money in the Bank and be in control of the future of the business, with Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker by his side. So I'm gonna lock it in. Seth freaking Rollins is, and then so we're gonna get a run in from Punk, run in from Roman to X out, cancel out Bronson and Braun. Punk and Roman will cancel them out. Sammy might be trying to stop Rollins and mess it up, and Rollins, by the skin of his teeth, ends up benefiting and winning it. Or maybe even add in a fourth member. Sammy might be the fourth member, actually. He doesn't even have a place on this card, so might be Sammy. Watch out for Sammy helping Seth, because he wants to secure the future of this business. Nothing on this card worth buying a fucking ticket for, or worth wasting your 3 hours, 2.5 hours watching it. Yeah, and this is the Vice should do a special dark side of the wrestling fandom biz, featuring me wasting my fucking time watching this shit. Karrion Kross, I didn't even put it in the notes. Karrion Kross got a little 10 seconds with Sami Zayn. I don't even know what the fuck he said. He said, "You might be right, but I might be right too." And I think maybe Karrion Kross is the fucking fourth man. That'd be sick. But I have no faith that they're gonna do anything with them. So LA Knight could win Money in the Bank. He's a dark horse. They kind of keeping him under the radar. Look out for LA Knight, but I got Seth Rollins winning it. that's about it. Oh, and the RTruth stuff. Really? There's the good and the bad of the both. He's gonna probably go to AEW or start a podcast and be fine. But they could have kept him though, too. They could have just kept him around in little comedy skits as an ambassador somewhere. But I mean, it's a tough game. Harsh. It's a business. He'll find work elsewhere, you know. There's always another job out there. There's always ways to make money, you know. Well, I guess that's it. Just looking through. That'll conclude tonight's Monday Night Raw, episode 11.